Hey guys, After Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Ally McBeal. This is season 2, episode 22. So yeah, it's very hot today. I apologize if you can hear my evaporative cooler. I don't even know if it helps, to be honest. But yeah, I've got my lighting on. I could turn it off, depending on how hot it gets. We'll see, I guess. So yeah, let's just get into it, shall we? Hey, that's the girl that was on Buffy. Amazing. I don't understand what's going on. Barbara Allen Woods! What? She was on one show. Deb from 130.
It was a wonderful engagement, a wonderful wedding. I thought a
there she
wonderful
is.
marriage. Then I discovered the diary. Basically, it was a series of love letters going back 11 years, from before we were married.
And you two have been married
2 years.
in these letters?
Your Honor, I have to renew all of my objections.
Mr. Cage,
Massachusetts is a no-fault state, and the content of these letters...
this isn't a divorce proceeding, counsel. It's a criminal trial for fraud.
Which is another one of my objections. When I said all, I meant that one too. To haul this into a criminal courtroom.
You've noted your objections many times for the record. Please sit.
She married me for my money. And at the time she married me, she didn't love me. She wasn't even attracted to me.
She said this?
It was in the letters. And when I confronted her, she admitted it. Basically, she was 30, wanting to get married, and I was good husband material.
These letters you discovered, they were written to...
A man named Michael Redmond.
Is he a real person?
To my knowledge, he is not.
How do you have any
He's
proof
somebody she made
that
up.
she wrote these?
So this 11-year affair didn't really exist, did it, Mr. Philbrick?
The person didn't exist. But if you ask Kelly if the love affair did exist, she loves me like you love a pet. Or a sibling, maybe. She's never been in love with me.
But she does love you.
But I'm certainly not the love of her life, which she looked me straight in the eye and claimed I was. It was a lie. It was a lie. It was a lie. It was a lie.
Tell me why is it so hard to find
That's not the same judge.
a way to come together?
The judge just didn't turn into Al Green and start singing, right?
Well, I didn't pay strict attention, but I believe he sat quietly.
Is she mental?
Kelly?
What kind of
Yeah,
question
a
was
little.
that?
Kelly, some people see things as they are and ask why. Ally sees things as they never were.
But she's a lawyer.
You wrote letters to a man for 11 years who wasn't really there.
But I knew he wasn't really there, Mr. Cage. I never had to ask. Do my knee.
Lang, you expect to march in here whenever you feel like it and have me service your need.
Yes, quickly, I have meetings.
No.
Excuse me.
It's working!
Give me your finger.
No to that, too. You can forget about throwing hair at me. A relationship is more than little sex games, Ling. We're adults. I have emotional needs as well, believe it or not, and mature partnerships embrace companionship, not just...
What do you want?
Intercourse. Morning, night, occasional nooners.
Remember how I hate sweat?
Yes.
Except for sex. When it comes to sex, I sweat. I drip.
See you tonight.
It's okay.
Would move for a directed verdict. Mr. Philbrick testified his wife did love him.
But she wasn't in love with him at the time.
Well, the wedding vows say nothing about being in love. They say love.
Don't play word games, Mr. Cage.
I'm not the one playing games here, Your Honor. This prosecution, in addition to being unprecedented, is Poughkeepsie. Yes! Ridiculous! You could prosecute every wife in America.
You don't think women ever marry for love, counsel?
The vows also say honor and obey. I doubt many women truly have the intention of honoring and obeying.
You're playing word games again.
I
She
mean,
said
no,
she loved him.
he's
She
right.
didn't. She lied. She enjoys tremendous financial windfall as a result of that lie. Your motion is denied.
How much alimony do you pay, Your Honor?
Are you looking to be held in contempt, Mr. Cage?
Your Honor, if you were suddenly to start treating me with contempt, how would I know?
Oh my god.
That was not smart.
This case is so outrageous, Ally.
John, if she really wasn't in love with him at the time, then...
Oh, please. Men lie to get women into bed. Women lie to get men into matrimony. Those are the simple facts of life.
I promised Richard sex tonight. He's pressuring me. Yuck, it's so messy, their brains all over the sheets.
I don't like
Being-
the
do
fact
you
that she says
really
that she's
want
being
this?
pressured. I don't.
It's not that I don't like it. I love it. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody say sex. Why don't you like it? I never said I didn't like it. What I don't like is how men judge you on it.
I thought you were phenomenal.
That's just the problem. If a woman is too good in bed, men just assume she must be a slut. I'm great in bed. Oh, but of course I am a slut. Hello.
No one is a slut.
Hi.
Let's not slut shame.
On my way to court,
Do what
just
you want.
stopping by to say hi. Do any of you ever think that you'll find a guy who's the one, the love of your life?
No.
No.
Over and over again. Why do you ask?
You don't think that John is the one?
Oh, this case. You know, the idea that people do meet and marry the person of their dreams. It does happen, right? Well,
I don't know. Maybe.
I'm late for court.
I suppose I could have started the letters Dear Diary. It just seemed more hopeful, I guess, to pretend I was writing to somebody.
Kelly, but at some point, you met somebody real. Barry.
Yes.
And yet you continued to write letters to your imaginary friend.
Imaginary or not, when a person's been in your life for 9 years, it's not easy to let go.
Your wedding day. You defined it as the loneliest day of your life.
As much as I loved Barry, to be walking down the aisle, exchanging vows with a man I didn't feel passion for, it was a bitter.
Maybe you shouldn't have married him.
And of course, I couldn't very well share it with my husband, so as
You
a
know, the
result,
person you're
it
supposed
was
to be able to share everything
a
with.
lonely day. And the truth is, it still hurts.
Who's gonna be watching him? You are not a dancer, my dear.
Sex with Ling tonight?
What? Oh, yeah.
Fun to be single.
Yeah.
Remember the first time we...
I have a vague memory.
Did married people
I
just not
thought
get
you guys
excited
were
about it anymore?
split. What the
You're half
fuck is
right.
going
Married
on?
women don't get excited about it.
Well, why do you say I don't? I do.
Georgia, the only time I see you truly deeply lit up, it means you bought a new piece of furniture.
I work. I am tired at the end of the day. And you are not a morning person, so...
How
I'm not a
about
morning person.
the middle of the day?
What, you want to hop into a stall and just...
It's something single people would do.
I really don't like that they're just okay. What?
You don't
Well, you
think
haven't
so?
really gone through anything.
Be careful what you wish for, Billy.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
feel like this affair situation was just a way for Ally and Georgia to have tension. Dude, your husband fucking cheated on you. What the fuck? And we're just gonna forgive him? What the fuck, man?
Fun thinking about for a second or so, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This would be hot if he wasn't such a fucking scumbag and getting away with shit. What the fuck?
Why'd you lie?
I never lied.
Why go through with marrying him?
It wasn't to get his money, Miss Foster.
I quote from your wedding vows. You spoke. You will be my faithful partner in life and my one true love. You said that.
Yes,
Will
as
be.
I explained.
And yet, according to your letter written that day, you described the agony of having to speak these words looking at a man you knew you'd never feel passion for.
A marriage is more than just passion.
Well, did you tell your husband this? Do you think he would have gone through with the ceremony had he known your true feelings? That you can declare under God, under law, with witnesses, Mr. Philbrook to be your one true love when you knew he wasn't? Because he was close enough?
Maybe that was it.
Objection!
No, I'll answer that. I think I was at a point. I didn't think I'd ever meet anyone who'd measure up to the romanticized version of a husband I had concocted for myself. And Barry, he was a sweet, caring man. On some unconscious level, I maybe did think close enough. And love. It's probably all an illusion anyway.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Oh, we got to keep on pushing love.
Miss McBeal.
Sweetie, that's not okay. Elaine, that it's not okay.
Why you're so upset? You've had fantasies before.
This was more like hallucinating, John. A fantasy is by choice. Now, I actually thought for a second that the guy was Al Green, and it's your fault.
My fault?
Yes, your fault. What you said this morning upset me.
I mean,
what did I say?
Pretended
All
that
that
he
stuff
was
about
that
me secretly
before.
preferring to be alone because I'll never find anybody that I want to stay with.
No. What I said was that everybody compromises. Ask any marriage counselor what's the most important thing to a relationship. It is compromise.
They are talking about a different kind of compromise. It is not normal for people to marry when their hearts aren't really in it. Now, I am not saying that the woman should face
not how that
criminal
works,
prosecution,
but,
but
I mean,
she shouldn't
she
have
got
gone through
stuck
with
in
the
a
ceremony. Now, if you want to sympathize with her,
toilet
fine. But
bowl.
if you identify with it, then I feel sorry for you because there has to be passion. There has to be passion.
You know, I am just wondering,
need some work
why
on your
was it
dismount.
taking them so
Figures
long?
the one marriage that would have passion would be theirs.
The idea is, like, you're at a store.
I'm not
it's
saying I would
cookie.
prosecute, but come on. You marry a rich person for money?
It wasn't for money.
She didn't love him. You said he looked like a gerbil.
Hamster.
Do you even think about how hard I'm having to work to support this whole thing? When I have kids asking, where's Daddy? Huh? Daddy is at work. I'm working on his caseload. So let him
Can relate.
When I go in the morning, he
This was every night at my house when I was growing up.
What's this?
It's just boilerplate. It says you have no known heart conditions, no history of seizures, no back injuries.
You want me to sign a waiver?
And a confidentiality agreement.
A confidentiality agreement?
I have trade secrets.
Are you... am I on one of those hidden camera shows?
Camera's rolling.
Oh, he didn't sign.
Action.
Watch it be like
What's
terrible.
wrong?
Ling, you can't just do that.
Do what?
You can't just roll on top of a man and yell action. Look, you frightened him.
Where'd he go?
He turtled. You scared him.
I mean, it's not hard.
Chicago
Get
Hope.
hard. Just get him back in the mood.
John. Hey.
No.
Fly the friendly skies later.
Alicia, need you. Emergency.
I'm off to court.
Emergency?
Dead, dead?
First time in my life. I mean, ever.
Well, that happens to everyone, Richard.
Not me. No, I pet a poodle. Boing. If anything, it's too
That's
automatic.
weird.
Richard, I really am doing court.
Who cares about court? My first chance with Ling, I'm string cheese. You know, it could be a mental thing. You know what they say? The penis never forgets.
Richard, in times of emotional or spiritual crises, who have you always looked to for inspiration?
Bobdo.
Look there once more.
This soulmate business is an extremely dangerous myth.
Why?
Because it's bunk. More than half the marriages in this country end in divorce. As institutions go, this one isn't good. And the reason for the high failure rate is that people go into it using passion and heart tugs as criteria. It's foolhardy.
Now, how does this pertain to the case at hand?
Ms. Philbrick, in my opinion, probably got married for the right reasons. She picked a man with whom she had companionship. She liked his values. She believed in his parenting skills. This is reasonable thinking, as opposed to walking down the aisle with somebody because you like his pecs. Let's not forget, those vows also speak to total acceptance. 9 out of 10 women, when they get married, their main agenda is to remake him, redress him, cut him off from most of his friends, and undermine his way of life.
I
This
disagree.
case isn't about
but sure.
sociology. It's about fraud.
Oh, balls. It's about a time-honored traditional mating dance. People look into each other's eyes and say, you're the one, all the time.
This woman lied, Miss Camaro. It's not as easy
The
as...
institution of marriage itself is the biggest falsity. Ask me, what she did was healthy and loyal. Instead of running off with somebody else, she created a fantasy life. A lot of women just would have redone their kitchens and fooled around with a contractor. Case goes to the legitimacy of her commitment when she got married. And I am telling you... May I speak?
As if I could stop you.
Marriage would enjoy a much better success rate if everybody approached it on the same pragmatic level that she did.
My mother never loved my father.
So in this
When
case,
I
it's
was
home.
3 and he was away, one night I got up in the middle of the night because my ear hurt, and I walked into my parents' bedroom and she was there with a man I'd never seen before. And that was the day that I started pretending, Renee. People want to know why I'm able to romanticize love into this big illusion. It's 'cause
The trauma.
It's 'cause I got an early start.
This case isn't about the true meaning of love. It's simply and only about fraud. The defendant made
I don't
false
think this grounds
representation.
you,
The
to be honest.
victim relied on these representation to an enormous financial and emotional detriment.
She's being prosecuted for fraud because she married somebody who, in truth, really wasn't the man of her dreams. Boy, won't we have to begin building more prisons if we start arresting people for this one? Now, I suppose that the real fraud is this mindset that has been ingrained in us since childhood. That people get the person of their dreams. Most don't. Does that mean she shouldn't have gotten married? Does that mean she doesn't have the right to commit herself to a man she nevertheless loves? And she was committed. She never left. She wasn't unfaithful. Now I've spent my entire life doing what she's done. Loving the one not there. I've never met him. I may never meet him. I've actually been told that he's not even out there. The men or women in our dreams live in our dreams. And in the real world, we should be allowed to settle for the ones who come close, and that's what she did. And it was the reasonable thing to do.
I mean, I don't think that you should get married unless you're like actually in love with the person, because that's unfair to both of you, I think. But do I think that she should be getting sued here? No.
We find the defendant, Kelly Philbrick,
Not guilty.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Ladies
fair.
and gentlemen of the
Thank
jury,
you,
thank you for your
both.
service. We're adjourned.
Am I crazy? Two people get married, they should be in love with each other. Madly. Am I crazy?
You're not crazy, Mr. Philbrick. But I'm afraid it might be our little secret.
You're quite pleased about our little act of mischief, aren't you?
That's a lot of sweat.
What?
Oh, he wants to go
Why
again.
isn't it tired? I've never had one outlast me before.
Alrighty, well that was Ally McBeal, season 2, episode 22. I don't know, I don't have much to say about that one, to be honest. I don't know, I don't really have much else to say, to be honest. Other than the fact that, like, I don't like that Georgia and Billy are just good. What the hell? Like, there was no real consequence from that affair. I don't like it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.